A father from West Michigan whose son battled cancer now cycling more than 2,700 miles to raise awareness and raise money for research. Mark Linder joins us live now to talk more about this journey. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for your time, Mark. Tell us Kevin's story.
Sure. So Kevin was the youngest of our three kids. He was a stereotypical boy, loved anything with a motor, loved Star Wars and action figures and superheroes. That's why we called him Super Kevin. You could always hear him long before you could see him, right? He was always running throughout the house, up and down the stairs, etc. Loved riding his bike, playing soccer, playing t-ball. And just before he turned 3, one day he kind of just stopped running. We thought that was a little bit strange, but maybe it was during the winter. Maybe he'd slipped and fallen on the ice we hadn't noticed. This went on for a couple days, just was super lethargic. And then eventually we took him in, obviously. It took a while for them to finally determine that he had stage 4 neuroblastoma cancer. And essentially he had a tumor about the size of a softball pushing down his right kidney, and then it had spread to about 90% of his bone marrow. So he immediately began treatments. Immediately with the chemo and radiation started feeling better. And so he started to smile again, started to move around, be a little bit more active. And this kind of went on for a period of 3.5 years. He was actually in quote unquote remission twice, although it's up for debate whether neuroblastoma actually goes into remission. And so he fought for about 3.5 years, was super strong, was super positive, never wanted to quit, never wanted to stop treatments. And unfortunately, the third time it came back, it was just a little bit too strong, and he passed away in 2013 at the age of about 6.5.
Oh my goodness. And talk about, though, channeling your grief into action. What are you doing and how can
Right.
people support you?
Sure. So I'm a little bit of an insane person, as my wife will tell you, and I love challenges and I love adventures and experiences and doing things that other people don't normally do. And so I found this bike trail from Banff, Alberta, Canada to Antelope Wells, New Mexico, along the Great Continental Divide, and it's 2,775 miles. It's about 160,000 feet of elevation change, which is going to be a challenge for sure. And we're trying to do it as a fundraiser. We've got 3 pediatric cancer organizations that we're going to support. It is DC Strong, which is a support organization that does care packages for kids and their families here based in Michigan. It was started by a young man named Dustin Collier who was fighting cancer, and while in high school, he and some buddies decided to form a nonprofit to help other kids that were fighting cancer. And Kevin was lucky enough to be one of the first few kids that the organization helped. And we saw these high school kids helping our kid, and we just thought this is incredible. And
That's
so
wonderful.
they will be one of the organizations that we're trying to support. Make-A-Wish Michigan is another organization we were lucky enough to have, or unlucky enough to have, a wish, depending on your point of view. And we got to go to oh my gosh, Disney World for Kevin's 4th birthday. And so once we got back from that trip, we were treated like royalty. It was an incredible experience, and we decided to try to pay that forward.
Yes, so many organizations making a big difference. Sorry to cut you short there, but when does the journey start, and where can people follow along with your progress?
Absolutely. So we're going to go probably the middle to the end of May, depending on weather. And people can follow along on our website, which is epicbikeride.org. Again, epicbikeride.org.
Yes.
They can follow along. We'll be posting pictures there. There's a donation button there. You can share the link, share the website, and hopefully it will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, there was the website you saw there on your screen, and we'll all be following along, rooting you on, Mark. Again, more than 2,700 miles cycling in memory of his son, Kevin. Thank you for your time and for telling your story.